Fuss Melly Mail, Hood Postman, back again. Growing up after you went through everything you went through, both of you guys wind up in level 4 prisons. Now, you can tell me how you got there or you choose to lose that part out, that's fine. But I want to know what was it like because you had 25 years and you had 32 years. Those years, man, obviously those are deficits. And then when I say deficits, because what you should have got during that time would have been adding to the life that you now have, and now you have to build it now. Right. Versus, you know what I mean? Not saying that you wasn't capable of doing it, but right. Just thinking what you're doing now had it been 25 years ago, 32 years ago, how much further you would be in your projects. Right. Got it? So, but let's talk about that level 4 prison life.
Man, well, that was where I landed. So when the
you was in deep thought too, right there. Yeah, I can see that
because I've asked myself that, many years when I was in, like, damn, how did I get here? You know what I mean? And I pretty much been able to assess. That's how we came with the program, us to, so that you can get an understanding of what was the causative factors of your condition, right? So that was what I had to do, man, is really look at what happened, because I landed on a level 4 yard, and I never looked. I ended up with 135 points, but there is where I learned a whole lot, man. My whole life, like, I was fortunate to come across real OGs when I first hit the yard that really invested in me, and carried me through. Like, my reputation pretty much preceded me. So my G homies, everybody, like, wherever he was at was checking on me. Like, everybody welcomed me in, because I came in there, from this business out here,
And I like the way you explain it, because a lot of people don't know, man, there's a way we can do these videos and we talk about the solid part of it, the essence of what we're building towards now. And we can explain we was here there, but you said the business. I like the way you described that.
Yeah, because we come up believing in that. Like the things that happened in my life, from my sister, to me being ambushed, shot up, to my big bro schoolboy. Those three things that happened to me in my life,
Glad you mentioned school.
Pretty much set me on a course of no return. Like that year. That's when I left. And I entered into a whole nother game. When you get in front of them white folks, that's a whole nother game.
In 1989, I was in Chino. Schoolboy, goofball, goofy, right?
Yeah, goofball.
Goofball. We was all in Chino West, and
I was in Chino in 1990.
Okay, yeah. So we had formed a partnership or whatever. We was kicking, we was chilling, and Schoolboy, actually, that's my homie Bright Dog.
Okay, cool.
He actually left. He paroled from the West Yard, and I don't remember I believe he got hit by a car or something.
Oh,
Schoolboy.
Yeah, he got hit by a car.
He got hit by a car. Yeah. I heard that news came all the way back to where I was at, and man, I was sad, man, because I had just fallen a bond with this guy, right. And just that quick, he left me on the West, me and Goof, and he went out, and Goof the one that told me, said, man, they got Schoolboy. I'm like, what?
Yeah, man.
He just left, man.
Yeah, and that was real big, man. Like, Schoolboy was, was the hallmark of of our community, man. Everybody loved Schoolboy, so that that had hurt. So it pretty much compiled my lifestyle at that point, from me being from my sister to me being shot to Schoolboy. It was pretty much rap. Like I began being careless and not calculated no more. It was just like, fuck it, But that was the trauma, But what I learned through my prison history, because I had to go there, and regardless of however I felt about Schoolboy, I couldn't take that in there. I couldn't come to that yard with that. You know what I'm saying? When I first hit the penitentiary, first person I ran into was Big Crazy D, and he was in the cell with Smiley from 9-0. When I walked up on the cell, like, what Crazy D at? Boy, that big quick gangster like, and he like, man, he ain't here, man. I'm Smiley from 9-0. I'm like, what? You know, so I got introduced that we don't do that here. We don't do that there. So
That was your
the
first
biggest
lesson of it.
that I had. It took a few times. It took a few times for my homies to tell me what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Cause I hit the yard with some real G's. So you know, it took a few times, like me not wanting to shake people's hands and doing that type of stuff when they coming around or acting all funny because people coming around and stuff. I was checked on that. Like, you know, we don't do that here. Whatever,
We got
you
bigger
know?
fish to fry on this 4-yard.
We got bigger fish.
We got the AB. We got the Mexican Mafia.
Right. So it took time for me to transition into that, but at that point, neither one of us coming home. Like, I got maybe a rolling 60 right here. We both in here. Neither one of us coming home, but now we sitting here drinking coffee together and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's why we're here today, because it's like, you know, we have to educate the people, man, on what it is, because it doesn't make sense. 2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4.
What's your Swahili name?
Kali Tattoo.
Khalid Tattoo. How did you get it?
Well, I had to change up a little bit because when I was trying to create the CGA program there at Calipatria, the Goon Squad was telling me that I still had 10 people outside the door calling me a shot caller and all that stuff. So I changed my name to Kali, which is Swahili for sharp and spike, you know. So I ain't doing nothing but switch it up. So people start calling me Kali. So I started walking another walk because I retired in prison. I rode my homies from Pelican Bay Iron with a old big spike that I'm finna try to find my way home. Y'all don't need me here no more. The people on the street need me. So I had to find my way home, but it took a series of things to happen for me to come to that, you know. And it was all about battling our people, like battling against other people at the, you know, and having a side with these people, like bona fide rival dudes that I had exchanged with out here. You know, I had to stand by right there. We sitting in the day room together. We march in the yard together. We march in the child together when shit is in the air. You feel me? So it became a point where I had to be like, you know what? You know, the people on the street need to understand that. We need to understand that as a people.
And you can say yay or nay on this. Did the CCO, Blue Nose, or the Vanguards have anything to do with you accessing some new information and understanding how to be black versus how to be a gangbanger?
Well, yes. Actually, just seeing the dudes, you know, and understanding demographics in prison. Like I know a lot of my G homies that fell off into that, but by the time I came, you know, we were pretty much established on, you know, we ate straight gangsters, and we started doing the gangster moving thing. You know, by the time I hit the prison, that's when we start bringing all the gangsters together and pushing this gangsters movement thing. But you know, before then, you know, they wasn't around. They didn't approach us because we was on some, you know, it's gangster business type stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you guys had a real close relationship with the A-Trey Hoovers too, right?
The A-Trey Hoovers?
Yeah, at one time.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
I mean, our
back in the day. But we had a type relationship with the Hoovers, period.
Okay.
Just with the whole Hoover car.
Right.
Yeah, over the over the years, you know. But in any situation, you had your ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? They didn't went to war with Hoovers from around here too. You know, but it's a lot of family involved, so everything's being resolved. But we can do that same thing with everybody else as well. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, like I say, there's no statute of limitations on murders, and when they get their hands on you, you're gonna be right there with the rest of us. You ain't gonna do none of that. You ain't gonna say Nappy G Day nothing. You ain't gonna say Tramp nothing. You ain't gonna do none of that. And if you think I'm lying, I implore you to get at the next person that calls you from prison and have him yell out that door what you yelling out your door, and see what happens to
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. So why not bring that understanding here? It ain't about marking down. It ain't about nothing. It's about understanding 2 + 2 is 4. So why would I want to come back and promote that when I know what life they finna live.
One thing I got inspired. I was in the module, right? And I saw your homegirl, Big Lynn. She brought all these girls to the module to pull Crips. I said, man, who is this girl?
Yeah.
Man, she's amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is Big Lynn still around today?
Well, I think she's still alive.
She probably still around.
But I don't think
I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, she used to bring all the girls to the module and pull everybody out, bro.
Oh yeah.
That was her thing. That's
He
when
can remember that. I was
Mad Bone was there.
there.
Timmy Tucker was
What
there.
year was this?
This was in the 80s, bro. You know.
I mean, I might have been in there.
Yeah.
I was in the module.
Yeah. This was 4800.
Right.
So yeah. So yeah. But yeah, shout out to Big Lynn, wherever she's at, man, for doing what she did. You know, hook my homeboy Mondo and a few other cats.
Mondo.
Yeah. Hooked quite a few people up, man, that needed a love connection. So coming back to you, Mike, level 4 yard, man. What was it for you, bro?
For me, it was just like when I started banging. It was all about insecurities. It was all about self-esteem. That's what I realized. It was all about that. It was all about trying to be accepted. It was about trying to get praise. It was about having power. Mm-hmm. So I had that mentality all the way through. Once I committed my crime, went to prison, went to the county jail, went to the reception center, and went to the prison, my mentality was, I'm trying to be the #1 gang member in America. That was my mentality. Right. You know, so and the reason why I was trying to be the #1 gang member in America, because I wanted the power. I wanted, I was lacking self-esteem. I was lacking confidence.
What was your Swahili name?
I really didn't have a Swahili name, but as I told you, my name is Ducc, and the Swahili name for that is Bobby. Right.
So you got 32 years, right? So you saw a lot. So was it during that time, did they still have the quiet time and did they still have the, like, when you had study time, quiet time, and recreation time where the rips all function, machine in motion, however you want to?
Well, it depends on where you at.
Yeah.
180 designs, you got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got 180 design, then you got 270 design. Right. Most 180 designs, you may get that because it's more confined. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's on the tier together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So especially during wartime. You know what I mean? Everybody try to get on one accord, but mostly you only see that in within those assays or
I would just
shoes and shit like that.
Assay in the shoe.
Yeah, right. That's when you get.
So they talk a lot about Folsom B yard, man. Right. They say that thing used to rock.
Right. Yeah, I never been to Folsom. Right. As far as I went up north was on High Desert.
High Desert.
Yeah, High Desert. Calipatria for you though. And it has to be a Calipatria. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all I've ever seen was level 4 yards, Right.
Yeah. Well, I've been Folsom C yard and B yard.
Okay.
And like you said, B yard was the more serious yard. It was the more violent yard, and it was like a war zone. So you're gonna learn a lot. Yeah, you're gonna learn about war.
Came from Folsom to Lancaster.
Exactly.
To prison.
Yeah, you're gonna learn about war.
How quick did you have to build that night?
Yeah.
As soon as you got there.
Yeah, so you need to be able to do that.
You better get you a knife.
Yeah, you better be able to do that.
Right.
You gotta be able to do that.
Because you're gonna be challenged by somebody.
Yeah. And you get taught that coming in. You get taught how to make a knife. Big homies like Legs, Diamond, and all these tools and shit that made sure that you was equipped with being able to bust something down.
Exactly.
And be ready. Be ready. But it's pretty much being groomed for that as you mature. Like, I mature more and more just going through those stages. Like, when I had to leave the nest, like, so to speak, I left the nest at Lancaster with all of my G homies and had to go to High Desert, you know, where now I'm finding myself as a, I may not be the oldest, but I know, I know this business and so with responsibilities start getting on my shoulders, and I start seeing that, okay, it's a pecking order to this, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You mentioned G homies, right? And are you able to mention them at all, or do we?
Oh well, no. I mean, I won't never say nothing foul about them. You know.
No,
What
no,
I
no.
mean? Like, I
I
don't
just
got no
want to
problem
know
mentioning them shit. You
what
know
was the
what I'm saying?
foundation of the 8 track. Who were those pillars?
Oh, just the same old school cats. You know, you got Pup, you got my Legs Diamond, all these dudes that was in there. You know, the Jimmy Tuckers. You had the Baby Ducc. You had, what I'm saying, these dudes were the names that I was in. Big Crazy D. You know, Big Jesse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had some legends, said Jokers and you that you hear about coming in, and I was a kid coming in. I came in '91. You know what I mean? So I came late in the game from the '70s and '80s eras and shit like that.
How's Madbone doing?
Oh, he's out here. He's doing well. So all of our G homies are really getting up there, man. Like,
Yeah,
they in their
they
60s
my
and shit.
age
They're your
and
age,
higher.
right? So
Yeah,
they do,
Absolutely.
so and a lot of them will share testament too to what we doing, because they've done it, like Matt Bone had established a whole lot here that I've learned from, to be able to do what we
Roosevelt
doing here.
Tillis.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
shouts out to him too and shit. You feel me?
Right.
Shout out to
But
Madbone.
yeah. So we have influencers, that did it, before we just coming back,
Right.
and sort of like my big homie Rayford, who this is what we do here, because I heard about what Rayford was doing here. I heard about the softball games and and I dreamed of making it back
Right.
to St. Andrew. Everybody in prison from A Trey dream of making it back to St. Andrew.
Lock the door.